All right, hey everybody, it's Trent from Frank151. I'm here with Mr. Justin Lyons. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm so good today, man. So good. Thanks for
Dude,
having
that's
me.
what's up. Yeah, no, thank you for allowing us the time. You're a busy fucking guy, so it's like we've been tracking you down for months at this point,
Oh,
trying to get
oh
this
my gosh.
interview.
Right.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
you got
Where
me
you at
down,
right
so
now?
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
no,
What's that?
exactly. I'm very grateful. Where are you at right now? Where are you chilling at?
I'm in Dallas. Dallas is where I'm stationed right now. Born and
Sure.
raised, of course.
Oh, there we
So
go. Texas
yeah, I
pride.
spend a lot of time here. Yeah, spend a lot of
Yeah,
time here.
for sure, for sure. So I know that you're gearing up to head out with MGK on the latest tour. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. We're preparing for another little splash of action for the people.
Yeah, so you've been on this tour or at least been working with MGK for some while now, is that correct?
Yeah,
Like when
since tickets.
since tickets. How long ago was that? Was that like 20 that was like 29 2020?
2021.
Sure.
I got hit up yeah, it was 2021 for sure, for sure. It was
For sure.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, so were you like hit up for that or was it like you just kind of just applied? Was it like a 9 to 5 job type of situation? Like you apply
Man,
on
it's
Indeed and
crazy.
shit?
What's crazy is a lot of people don't know this, but
Mhm.
originally Travis Barker is who contacted me for it. I met Travis Barker when I was playing for Lil Wayne in 2019.
Sure.
Like I was doing Lil Wayne and Blackpink at the same time.
All right.
But while I was out with Wayne, me and Travis just found a liking, and we got so cool. And this came up,
Sure,
and
sure.
from my understanding, they needed a guitarist to kind of
Yeah.
just kind of catapult it. And he said I was the right fit for it, so he hit me up, asked if
Sure.
I was interested. I had never tapped into the punk rock world,
Yeah, sure.
to this level or this magnitude, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take it on is because I
Right.
wanted to know, all right, let me see what's in this world. Let me see musically if I can even comprehend it or deliver it or execute it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's quite wild because you were mentioning going from like a tour with Lil Wayne, and all of a sudden it's like MGK. You went from hip hop straight into pop punk. Like
Yeah.
that's a crazy jump. But at the same time, like I've been checking out your music just as well. You're doing like some R&B and soul type stuff on the side, and like
Yes,
you're a
sir.
man of like many different talents at this
Yes,
point.
sir.
Yeah, so
Blessing.
give me some conversation about that. Like, what are you planning for with these new releases? I know you were releasing Desert Eyes a little bit ago. Fire.
Yep.
I loved it. Smooth
Thank you.
jamming. Please, anybody who's checking out this interview, please check out Desert Eyes. Following the release of Bus Chronicles Volume 1. Again, fucking solid, stellar. Tell me about those. Tell me a little bit about those. Like, what
Whew.
was like the most fulfilling parts of those of like releasing?
That's an amazing question. The most fulfilling part for me was following through to completion.
Sure, sure.
As an artist and as a creative, man, we got a million things going on in our mind at
Right,
once.
right.
And just deciding, hey, I want to do this, let me follow it through. They both serve two different purposes. Desert Eyes, I have a lot of people that hit me up and they're like, hey, can you please make some smooth music? Or can you
Yeah,
please
yeah.
make some music that's like this? And I'm like, I gotta meet it in the middle. How can I?
Right.
Because the smooth jazz section of the music industry is kind of, to me, I feel like it's kind of fizzled out.
Sure, sure.
It's more of a serious XM thing now. But lo-fi is very high in demand. So
Sure.
I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah, for
make some
sure.
so I wanted to make some lo-fi magic, because my background is gospel, blues, R&B.
Oh, okay. Sure,
So
sure.
yeah, that's all in me. And so when working on Desert Eyes, I was just like, yo, it's perfect single to lead with. We're coming up with the Bus Chronicles. The Bus Chronicles was to okay, this is a funny story.
Oh, here we go. Break it down.
And no, and nobody on the bus, the team, I don't think anybody even knows this, but well, they don't, I haven't really shared it. But I want one of my goals or ambitions or exciting thing to do was to just make music with my friends and my brothers and my new colleagues. You know, shout out to Slim, Beige, Rook, Sophie, Kels, Alyssa Rook, Ray, everybody. Shout out to Reed as well. So just being on this tour bus, that was touring in the US is totally different from touring overseas.
Sure, sure.
And I've been with the K-pop industry for maybe 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
So experiencing that lifestyle and then coming over here to do like a major US tour, it was dope.
Yeah, sure.
So every day on the bus, I was just feeling, feeling people out, and I was feeling everybody's energies and just learning everybody, honestly. And Kales would always walk around with this MPC.
Sure.
I was like, man, that's cool. He was playing with the MPC and he'd be making beats on it. And I was like, I do want to make music with my brother. I see he has this MPC. I've never owned an MPC.
Right.
So my goal was to learn his lingo, learn his
Hmm.
language. So I went and bought me one. I went and bought me one so I can better understand how to communicate with him in this lane. And so every day I worked on a record every single day after the show, before sound check, I was working on a record and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make a record every day and I'm just be like, yo, Chaos, like, yo, I got sauce. Like, here you go,
Sure, for sure, for sure.
But what ended up happening is I saw that I was making a record based off of how I was feeling during
Hmm.
certain periods of the tour.
For sure.
I was like, yo, okay, so let me take them on this bus ride with me.
Yeah,
So when you
literally.
look at,
Right.
yeah, so when you look at the artwork, it's an NPC turned
Yeah.
into a bus,
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
And shout out to Martha for just, she started out as just like a fan and a supporter of mine. And
Hmm.
now she's a part of my team that helps like construct a lot of the artwork and stuff that people may see on just on the internet for me. And so I just ran with it, man, where every record has its meaning from beginning to end, figuring out things, then meeting whiskey, and then feeling upset, being away from home certain moments, or not performing great on stage or something. That's why pressure was created. And then also losing my grandmother in 2020 is where the song Still Adjusting came from.
Of course.
Because being away from home and not being able to be closely connected with family, but man, still having to get on stage and perform 100%. Yo, sometimes it's hard for even the artist or even looking
For
into the
sure.
audience and just seeing that, man, it's people there to have a good time. It's people that are hurting. It's people there that needs to have like some word of refreshing or something. And
Right,
so I wanted
right.
to make that, for everybody, and that's how
No,
Bus
for sure.
Chronicles came about.
No, that's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah, no. Because like I know that I'm in a band myself. I play more of like
Okay.
punk and metal type stuff. And I think it's
What
so
instrument?
interesting. I do vocals. So it's like I do
Nice.
vocals, I
Nice.
play guitar, I play the drums. But I've been with this band for like the last 10 years. We've been doing a lot of stuff in that 10-year timeline, but I found that, you know, the amount of friends that you go in with is so very different than how many you come out with, because it's
Hmm.
like you have uh, just a handful of people that you're just jamming with, and then all of a sudden, like you're making records with, 30, 40 people that it's like in your mind's eye, it made no sense as to why they were there in the
All right.
first place, you know. But I think that's dope, man. Rest in peace to your grandmother. I'm sorry that that
Thanks, man.
came about. Um, but I guess I don't know.
Thank
I
you.
I really loved, the idea of because one of my albums that I put together was an album called Stories Through Scars. And that idea was, let's turn an album into a collection of individual stories, much like the
Hmm.
Bus Chronicles of like every day. And I think it's very interesting how you got your influence based on the everyday trials and tribulations that life had for you. I think that's brilliant. And I guess
Thank you.
I guess I wanted to kind of dive and try and get a feel from you, like if you had to choose like a poster boy song off that album by chance, like number one that you were like, this is me in my entirety, which track would that be?
Ooh.
It's the toughest question. It's a tough one, but
Well, well, right now in the state and the season that I'm in,
mhm,
it's probably one of the easier ones. And I would say still adjusting
right.
because with all of this, and like you said about going in with a certain number and then coming out with another number.
Right.
Man, the biggest gem right now is relationships and relating and building some solid, you know, foundation because people need love more than
Of
anything right
course.
now, you know. So the fact that I was like, man, that was my first time introducing my vocals to the world. Nobody
Hmm.
knows me as a singer. They only know me as a singer. I mean, as a guitarist, as a producer. So to introduce my voice for me was challenging and scary and
Right.
man, what they gonna say or what they gonna think. But it was that other part I was just like, man, I don't care. Like this
Sure.
is healing for me. This is, will be healing for somebody else. And when people start sending me screenshots of the radio and writing me these long messages and letters, like, yo, this song helped me. I lost my dad, or this song
Right.
helped me. I lost my boyfriend. I'm just like, you know.
It's
It was
magic.
uncharted. It's so magical, and it was
Yeah.
new for me. It was
Sure.
new for me to just take that step. So now the project that I'm working on now is really focused more so on like mental health
Right.
and those things, you know?
No, for sure. I mean, we're coming out of that COVID pandemic type
Yep.
scenario. I find that mental health was a big thing that everybody just wasn't giving a fuck about until all of
Yeah.
this happened. And yeah, just talking about it. I think even on what is it, Kendrick's last album, the whole thing
Hmm.
is a therapy session, right?
Hmm.
I think just talking about it, allows a lot more influence into people bettering themselves. And I think,
For sure.
everybody loves music. Why not talk about some of that? You know?
Yeah. Music is healing, man. Music is
Dude,
healing.
thousand
And
percent. And so I'm
yeah.
curious then, like, what have you learned about yourself through making music?
Ooh, man, that is a great question.
I gotta hit you hard.
Nah, bring it, man. Bring it. You know what I've learned from myself? First of all, well, I know how talented I am.
Sure.
And I also understand that there are certain areas that I have not yet tapped into, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but I have learned to be, I've learned that I am patient. I've learned that I am loving and kind. I understand, I already understand that I'm a pretty cool musician, you know?
Sure.
And I can play the guitar a little bit, you know? But with the instrument and music being just my vehicle to get to the people I need to get to, or help the ones that are hurting, or whatever the case may be. Man, I've learned that I am a great
Could you say like you're a great medium between those looking for something and then
yes,
arriving? Yeah.
yes, man, because like I have a pretty strong faith background. And most times, like if you see somebody of faith or that's considered to be like a Christian or something,
Right.
like you won't see them in like this punk rock world,
Sure.
or
Sure.
you possibly won't see them playing on stage for like a Lil Wayne or something, you know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But I've realized that I am strong enough to be in these particular arenas and just keep the balance. So the ones who are dark can see a light and all of those other things, you know?
No, for sure. I
Just
mean, when you think about it, you're on these stages, right? Like you got the light shining on you, everybody's looking at you. It's almost like God's light is shining through you. Your
yes, sir,
passion, you know what, your purpose is, and that's to bring music to this world. It's like
for
you
sure.
get this ability to just go above and beyond. And that's so inviting to people like myself who have, been digging into the music world for quite a bit, but haven't really done too much with it. And then
Hmm.
getting the possibility to talk to somebody and be like, oh yeah, this guy's made it. In my mind, Mr. Justin Lyons, you made it. But
Man, blessings.